Hello everyone, my name is Trent. Welcome back to another episode of Life Stories. We are back with more stories from Reddit/entitledparents. As usual, let's get started. Our first story of the day is titled, Steal Some Shower Gel? You Don't Know What You Just Did. I've been fortunate that I've had nothing to post about here, but I finally got a story, and really went for it. This is quite a long story, but it's worth it, I promise. Usual names, blah blah blah. So, I'm from the UK, and a store we have here is Asda, which is basically a small Walmart. I had just done some midweek shopping to top up on some essentials, which included some toiletries, most notably for this story, shower gel. I'm in the car park outside the store when a woman starts pulling in. My Karen sensors were going ape at this point. It's like she'd won the Karen bingo in terms of looks and posture. She gets out of her car with her son, who must have been 3 or 4, and spies me and my clear plastic bag with shower gel showing through, and immediately runs to me so fast I can see her outline in smoke behind her car. Excuse me, what is that in your bag? Messages? In Scotland, we call groceries messages. It's weird, but who cares? Well, I just spotted that bath soap. She actually said that, and was wondering if I could get a look at it. The Karen alarms were going nuclear at this point. Why? It's in there, third aisle. Oh, it's just to see the brand. I've never seen that one before. I show her the bottle, but she holds onto it and tries to snatch it like a wig. Oh, come on, I can't even see the name that far away. Give it here now. Now, I've been on this subreddit for a while now, so everything in my body was telling me that I was getting a story. In my twisted head, I decided to have a little fun. So I started walking towards the shop again since I knew she would start a fuss, and I needed witnesses for this. How could you see it in my bag from your car then if you can't see it from 2 feet away? I had different glasses. Those don't let me see up close well, so come on, hand it over. Another reach for the bottle, another step away. She nearly fell over and crushed her son, and I had to use all my might to not burst into tears laughing. Well, you wanted to hold it? I'm sorry, I had no clue. I hand her the bottle. For reference, we're now about 10 feet from the entrance. Oh, look at that. I can read it now. See, we could have avoided the whole thing if you weren't so dumb. And with that, in true Karen style, she slowly, while still trying to distract me with small talk about my day, slides the bottle into her bag. Honestly, she deserves some applause for the balls on that woman to pull such a stunt. Why did you just put that in your bag? Karen, suddenly looking shocked. Oh, well, I assumed since you were about to buy all of those, points to my bag, which contains 3 items worth less than £5, you could afford another one of these, so I could get this one. You must understand how hard it is for a single mom to survive without donations. I can't get work, so this would mean so much. Wow, okay, she's going full wacko. This is definitely going to be a keeper. I don't think that's how it works. You see, money is earned by working. And you spend the money on items that are yours. You don't steal. Am I getting through to you? Yes, I did the air quotes and explained this to her like the 3-year-old she was standing beside. Suffice to say, this set her off. You insolent boy! How dare you talk to me that way? I just needed a simple piece to aid as a single mother, and this is how you treat me? With that, she turns to walk into the store, hitting me with her arm and bag, enough to knock me off balance, but forgot 2 things. 1, she has shower gel in her purse without a receipt, and 2, I had some free time on my hands, and a head for vengeance. Would it be fair to say that I stood at the entrance, walked around the aisles for a bit, waiting for Karen and her son and her stolen goods to hit the register? Yes, it would be. One thing to be noted was that the toiletries aisle was in disrepair, and so, as I noticed on my way around the store, had no camera or CCTV. You can probably see where I'm going now. Karen is walking to the register with some sweets, I assume for her son. It's go time. I calmly notify security that I may have seen that woman putting some shower gel in her bag. They thank me and watch her going to leave the store to stop her. Security says, sorry miss, but we have a reason to believe that you've stolen merchandise. May we please see what's inside your bag? What? I haven't done such a thing! You can't see into my bag! That's sexism! I want to give this woman an Oscar at this point. If you haven't stolen anything, then open your purse and we'll see nothing and you'll be free to go. Karen, as if suddenly remembering about the shower gel, "No, under no circumstances can you see in here." Security then calls the police. Even I thought this was a bit overkill, but security said it's protocol. The police arrive. "Ma'am, we need to search your bag now. Failure to comply will result in punishment." "Okay, fine. Here." She hands over the bag, then immediately spots me by some clothes. Here, she hatches escape plan B. "Officers, that boy over there may have put something in my bag. He was hanging around and harassing me and my son the whole time I was in the shop." The officers call me over. I basically say, "Hell no," and they find the shower gel. Karen says, "See, he's trying to frame me. The one you want is right there." A store clerk informs the officer that the CCTV in the toiletries aisle is broken, so the police are about to leave and let the store deal with the two of us, as there's no evidence, when part 3 of my plan comes to light. Remember when I said that I moved Karen to the front of the store, where the CCTV is present? Actually, I had a confrontation with Karen in front of the store that may explain this whole thing. Can we please check the footage, officers? I swear, I saw a vein in Karen's head pop as she realized that she was in deep doo-doo. With that, she ran directly at me, like a bull seeing red, leaving her son standing there. Just saying, I'm a pretty skinny guy, so I was about to scream and probably crap myself, when, once again, my brain saved me. What was this expert plan? I stepped to the left a little bit. Karen kept on going. She ran straight into her register, immediately got winded, and kind of just stood there, glaring at me. Her face was redder than a tomato, and I just had a slight smirk on my look of surprise. We checked the cameras while Karen was put in a police car for attempted assault. Sure enough, the whole confrontation was plainly visible. She's now getting jail time for taking a bottle of shower gel, and I think her son is being taken away from her. Me, 1. Karen, -2. Thanks for reading. Edit. Some context as for why Karen got jailed, as far as I was told. She apparently had caused some trouble in the store before. Antisocial behavior, an employee told me. So the police already had history dealing with her. She seemed quite unhinged, so this made sense. I understand that this is honestly quite unbelievable, but I'll answer any questions you have with this limited knowledge of her history in the area. Dude, this guy just hatched some crazy mousetrap plan to catch this Karen? Hell yeah, dude! But, not that I don't feel bad for the kid. I can just hope that they're with better guardians now. And with that especially long one out of the way, we've got time for one more. Our next story is titled, "You Can't Eat Cheese Because My Son Hates It." The Roommate 1. This story is about my roommate, a very peculiar guy about whom I have a lot of stories to share. But I prefer to write more short anecdotes about him than a lot of different events altogether, so let me know if you'd like to hear them. The first time he came to see the house, he showed up with his parents. They asked 1,000 questions about the house, then called the landlord to say that they would rent an entire room with 2 beds, instead of just 1 bed in it. He didn't want to share the room with others, but he didn't want to rent a room with a single bed because he needed more spaces than the others. That was the moment where I realized I was facing an entitled family. After renting the room, the father sat down on the sofa with a grunt, and the mother began washing everything the son could touch during his stay. Not the rest of the house, though. So, at dinner time, we couldn't cook or eat because the lady had to rub the furniture chosen by the son to store his belongings, the shelf of the refrigerator that the son had chosen to occupy, and so on. At a certain point, while I was in my room, I heard them calling me loudly, so I ran out to the kitchen, thinking of what could have happened. The son was behind the mother with folded arms, and she was vigorously rubbing the door of a piece of furniture. She looked at me and asked, "Do you eat cheese?" I thought about it for a moment and answered, "Well, it depends. Some types of cheese." She glanced at me again, this time with pity in her eyes, and added, "Well, my son doesn't like cheese." Okay. I wasn't sure how to respond, so I tried to joke about it. "Well, it means I won't offer him dairy products," I replied, laughing. But they were very serious. "Do you really have to eat it?" she continued. "Eat what?" "The cheese!" At this point, I was genuinely confused. The son just stared at me. Why? Is he allergic?" I asked after a moment of reflection. It was very strange to talk about his son, who was more than 20 years old, as if he were not there. No, the mother replied, but he thinks it sucks anyway. I was in the, okay phase again. I understand, I just answered, without really understanding. But she didn't let it go. However, you can cook a lot of things without buying cheese. There's no need to eat it. At this point, it was starting to become a matter of principle for me. I understand that, but it doesn't suck for me. In fact, there's some very good types of cheese. Here, the boy snorted, whereupon I turned to him because the situation was starting to get really ridiculous. You don't drink milk. Yes, he finally spoke. And you don't eat yogurt, I kept asking. Yes, he continued. So the mother, suddenly satisfied, intruded again. Exactly, you can eat milk and yogurt. He likes them. But I'm the one who eats cheese, not him, I repeated a little dully, without really knowing what else to say. She got annoyed. Whoever eats it has nothing to do with it. At our house, cheese doesn't come in because otherwise he throws it away. He can't even stand it. That's right, at your house, I replied. 3 people live here in this house. Even if I choose to not eat cheese anymore, I certainly can't force the other boy to do the same. My reasoning didn't intimidate the lady, who tried to protest. But at that point, I simply turned on my heels and left. Unfortunately, the matter didn't end there. For months, we quarreled over the cheese problem, with the boy screaming every time he saw it on our plates, in the fridge, or elsewhere. 2 years have passed, but he's still a huge pain in the behind. I know a lot of picky eaters in my life, but the one constant that basically everyone I know likes is cheese. I know lactose intolerants that devour cheese, that want to eat more cheese than me. It, comes back to haunt them later, but they eat it. Seriously, who doesn't like cheese? Anyway, with that story out of the way, it's about all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much once again for tuning into Life Stories. My name is Trent. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Reddit content coming your way, and I hope to see you guys later.